You can have brilliant ideas, but if you can't get them across perfectly, your ideas won't get you anywhere. This is a famous quote by the American businessman Lee Iacocca, and in my opinion, it perfectly sums up what you need to be successful in the 21st century. Hi, my name is Michael Zinnober. I am a presentation consultant, trainer and designer. And I want to show you how to easily get people to say yes to your ideas, to your product, service or company, although you hate public speaking and slide design. And I also will tell you how that will immediately improve every part of your life, I mean private part and the business part, bringing you more happiness, success and more money. In the past few years, I have helped more than 150 corporate clients like Henkel, Porsche, Red Cross, just to name a few, in getting their message across perfectly so that people all around the world can say yes to their ideas, to their services, to their products, and therefore they can be successful in their business that they are doing. On the other hand, I have trained more than 500 people personally on how to do all that stuff, how to get people to say yes, how to structure their presentations, how to build their presentations, how to design their presentations. And I have built more and created more than 1,000 presentations myself for companies and clients worldwide. But to be honest, I didn't always like presentations. The truth is, I really hated presentations when I was back in university. So probably you know the situation when you come into a class and you get together some groups and they're like, yeah, you're working on a project for half a year or for a year, and the first question that comes up when you get together in that group is like, who's presenting? And when that question came up, it was always the same thing that happening. That's like everybody was like, no, not me. I mean, anybody else can do it. I will do everything that is needed, but please don't let me present the whole stuff. So yeah, and I was one of them when I started university, because I really hated presentations. But on the other hand, the more presentations I saw, I hated the fact that the guy or the girl who presented the stuff always got all the credit, no matter how many people worked on the project. It was always the guy or the girl who stood up, who told about the project and who presented the project, who got all the credit in that, and I didn't like that either. So I was kind of in a trap. I didn't like presentations, but on the other hand, I hated the outcome of the presentations. But the hatred wasn't big enough so that I could move to another point. So until one day, when I was in a course, and it was a Saturday actually, and it was good weather outside, and I didn't really want to go there. But I had to, just to get a grade in that special case. So, and the professor in that course always said, like, we did some group stuff for 15-20 minutes, and then he said anybody of the group should stand up and say, like, and tell in 2 minutes what we just talked about in the last 15 to 20 minutes. And as you can imagine, 15 to 20 minutes on a whole day, this is a lot of small group chunks that have to be presented in 2 minutes. So like it started in the morning and everybody was like, okay, who's first in presenting? And nobody raised his hand, and it was like, yeah, okay, if nobody's giving it on his own, I just take somebody. And that's what he did. And after some time, after an hour or 2 hours, I was like, I mean, I really hate the situation here. So I just stood up and said, like, okay, I'm doing it. And then I did it. And I did it, and I talked for 2 minutes just about the stuff that we talked about the last 15 20 minutes ago, which was not that hard. And after I've done it, I was like, okay, that was not that hard. She liked what I was talking about. She said, yeah, that was good. You said it perfectly, and you get to the point in really short time. And I was like, okay, was this now a successful presentation, kind of. So when the next thing was, when the next group work set up, I was like, okay, I'm doing it again. And so I did that 5, 6, 7 times a day until she said, like, yeah, you know, Mr. Sinova, we already know you can do it, you know, you're good at it, and please let somebody else. And I was like, did she just say I'm good at it? Did she just say she knows that I can do it? And I was like, this was like a wow, like a bubble that was jumping up, and I was like, I can do presentations and I can get the credit. I mean, that credit that all the other guys got in the last couple of years before. And so I was like, okay, if I can do it for 2 minutes, I can do it for 10 minutes or for 20 minutes or for half an hour or for an hour, no matter how long it takes to present a project or whatever we are presenting at university. And from that day on, when the group question came up, who's presenting for a half year or a year period, I was always the first one. I was like, I do the presentation, and everybody's like, oh my God, thank you so much that you are doing the presentation. So what in some cases they even said, like, okay, we do everything. We work on the project. We write a project thesis, and you're just doing the presentation. So we see each other again in 4 months, and then you just do the presentations. And I was like, oh, this is too easy. But actually it worked. And yeah, and this is how I got into presentation, into liking presentation, and into seeing how easy it is to get success by just standing up, telling your story, telling about the project or whatever. And it is not rocket science, so everybody can learn it. And what I want to tell you now is, if I can do it, you can do it. And yeah, now I'm standing here as a presentation consultant, designer, and trainer, and I'm telling people and showing people and teaching people how to do this. And I mean, on the one hand, it's really, really nice to work for large companies and to have all those logos on your client's page. But what I really love most is to help people succeed, to see how people get successful, get their ideas across, and their clients are like, oh wow, great, we like that and we love all that stuff. And so on the other hand, I really hate to see good ideas die because of the bad way they are presented. And I see that so many times. Some people even say that 95% or more of all presentations are really, really bad. I'm not quite sure if this is the right number, but what I really hate is to see a good idea die because it's presented in a really, really, really bad way. So what I did until now is that I served large companies, that I trained some people in personal ways, but the thing is that I couldn't serve a lot of people in that kind of way. But as I know how to do it, and I saw in my life how easy it is to get success if you do it right, if you do it the right way. I just want to help as many people as humanly possible, and this is why I tried to, or I'm just working on putting together an online course so that I can reach as many people as possible and help as many people as possible out there, and help you will be one of the next that I can help. So before I get deeper into what it is that is in for you in that course, I just want to say who this course is for. So in my daily business, I see two groups when it comes to presentations. The first group is people that really, really, really suffer from the fear of public speaking. It's like, it's a known term, kind of. So what they do is, anytime somebody asks them to step up, to stand up in a meeting, to step on a stage and tell about their project, tell about their work or something, that really freezes them. It's like, no, I don't want to do that. I don't like that. So the fear of public speaking is actually the #1 fear of all in the United States. It's even above the fear of death. So you see that this is really a big problem. But I can say I did it, and if I can do it, you can do it. You can get over that. So this is group #1, is people that really suffer from the fear of public speaking and want to get rid of them because they know how important it is to stand up, to talk, and to get your people or your clients or your audiences to say yes. And the other group are people, they say like, I don't have any problem standing up and talking to people. I did a lot of great presentations in front of 5 people, 10 people, 100 people, 500 people, no problem about that. But on the other hand, I always get a feeling that I lose them on the way when I'm talking about my topic. So like I'm so deep into my topic, and all of a sudden after 5 or 10 or 15 minutes, it's like I see that people are getting their smartphones out or working on their computers, and I have the feeling that I'm kind of losing them on the way. So if you're either in group 1, that you really hate public speaking, or on the other hand, you know you don't have a problem with public speaking, but you are kind of losing all that the guys on the way, then I can say definitely this is for you. And what I want to tell you as well, if you failed in the past in any way, I want to say this is not your fault, really. And I mean really, really not your fault. Why do I say that? Because I mean, in all the times that we are in school or in university and all the stuff in education, we learn so many things, and we learn them from the bottom up to until we're really, really good at stuff. But what I recognized, at least when I was in school and university, I never even had one single course over a longer period of time about public speaking, presentations, on how to stand up and talk about things. I simply didn't have it. I mean, it was a 1-hour course when I was in university for some years. It was a 1-hour course from a presentation trainer, and that is all. So on the other hand, you can say, okay, we have the internet. I can get all the information that I need from the internet. Oh, yes, you can. But you have millions of informations out there. And if you see, or if I see presentation, public speaking, great communication, persuasive communication as a big jigsaw puzzle of, let's say, 10,000 pieces, then you can get all those 10,000 pieces all around the internet, but nobody tells you how to put it all together and where to find all those pieces and then how to put it all together. So what you really need to be successful is a proven system, is a step-by-step system telling you from step 1 to step 10 or whatever, how many steps it takes to get to a really good successful presentation. You need step 1, step 2, step 3, and all that stuff. What I've created, what I've put together is a really, really proven system that I'm using on my daily basis, in my daily business, and now I'm giving it away in this online course for all of you to get that. When I say I've got it all together, what I mean is that I've structured it out. So I know exactly what the content of each and every module. I've put it together in 12 modules, so I know what's the content of each and every module, but I have not yet created the course. So this is why I'm starting a kind of pilot program or pilot phase for a limited group of action takers. So what I need is people that will say, I really, really, really want to learn, and I really, really want to become better. I don't. If you are some of those guys who go to Amazon and you see I buy a book, and if I read a book, it's like, oh, I know everything that's in there, and you never take action. So then you're not right for this course. If you're a real action taker, if you say like, I need help, and I want to take massive action, then this is for you. So last thing before I get into what the course is all about and what the structure of the course will be, I want to tell you 3 things what separates me from others, from other trainers, from other stuff that is out there in the internet. And the first one is I practice what I preach, because what I do in this course, what I show you, what I teach you in this course is what I do on a daily basis with all of my clients, with my international clients, and this makes me a 6-figure income, and I pay my bills with this, okay? So second is, I'm not like one of those trainers that just teach and never have to really prove that what I do is working. Because if what I do would not work, I wouldn't get to a 6-figure income, right? So what I do is really working, and I have a proven system, and I will teach you exactly in a step-by-step way how that works. And the third thing is I really, 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 really care for your success. I mean, everybody can say that, but I really care for your success, because this is what gets me going. This is what gets me up in the morning, to see people, how people can succeed, how people succeed in their businesses, in their private lives, because they get people to listen to them, to get the messages across, and this is what really gets me going. So I really, really care for your success. So now let's spark the flame to your success now. If you get people to say yes, you will set the stage on fire, you will set your world on fire, and you will get more successful. Let's do it now. Hi, and welcome to the inside of the course, where I just want to show you what this course is all about, what the structure of this course is, what the real value is, what's in it for you. This is a 12-module course, and in these 12 modules it's a step-by-step system, a proven step-by-step system, just to set the stage on fire, to set your world on fire, to set your idea on fire, or whatever you want to set on fire. Just get on fire, and you will be on fire when you've gone through this course together with me. As I said, it's how to easily get people to say yes to your product, idea, service, company, whatever, although you right now hate public speaking and slide design, and I will show you a way to get rid of that and to do slide design and planning and structuring and all that stuff in kind of no time. And the more often you do it, it will get faster and faster and faster. But the one and only thing is that you will have a proven system that will get you from an idea to a successful presentation in kind of no time. Module number 1 will be about setting the stage. It's about what is presentation in 2017, how are people presenting in 2017, why do so many people fail in presentations, why are so many presentations that damn boring. I mean, really, really, really boring. I mean, there's when I say boring, they even have a word for it. It says death by PowerPoint. So really kill people, or mainly kill people's attention by using PowerPoint in the wrong way. And this is kind of the model 1 is kind of the setting the stage. So let's see how presentation or how communication is done now and what is going wrong. Okay. The second thing is, or second module is about setting your mind. Like so many other things in your private and in your business life, it's always a mind game. So if you like waiting for the magical mystery that's to happen, it wouldn't work. Yeah, if you just like, okay, give me your one magic tip or trick, and if I do that, everything's good. No, that will not happen. This is not a magical mystery tour. This is the real life, and I will tell you how to set up your mind, how to set your mind for success, so that you can go through the other steps in kind of no time, and you really, really, really make a difference in your life and in other people's lives. So this is what the goal overall is. Then module 3 is how to overcome the fear of public speaking. So if you're already over it, maybe you can skip that part, but I'm quite sure just to go through it, it will help you a lot. If you get nervous on stage and all that stuff, I'm talking about how to avoid getting nervous and all that stuff as well. So if you and on the other hand, if you're in group number 1 and the fear of public speaking is your major problem, then this will be your epiphany story, kind of, or so to start it and to really spark your flame, to set the world on fire. Module 4 is about the ingredients of a killer presentation. So what do you really need for a presentation? What do you really need in a presentation? and what you should better avoid, because the thing is that normally in presentations there's too much content in there, and people don't know how to structure it and how to kind of say what is really important and what is not as what is not as important. So this is module number 4 is about the ingredients of a killer presentation. What do you really need and what you don't need? So what do you avoid in the future? Then we have the ultimate 4P strategy of presentation. So it's like you know the 4 P's of marketing, and you have a 4 P's of presentation as well. Sorry. The first P being plan. The plan is everything on what is your core message, what is it that you want people to get in their heads, to take away. What is your takeaway message, and what are the messages that are supporting your takeaway message? So at the end of the day, if people leave the room, what is it that they should keep in mind when you think about your presentation, and all the other stuff around? It's the structure. It's how the story goes. It's about storytelling, to use some of the buzzwords, and all the stuff. So this is really sets the base for the whole presentation. So if you're not doing the planning right, you will not succeed. And many people, when designing presentations, they don't plan at all. They just go to the computer and say like, okay, let's go, opening PowerPoint, and now let's go and put in all the stuff. So planning is really the key, and I show you from A to Z on how to plan a presentation perfectly in no time, and you will get everything that comes afterwards. It will get so much easier with a good plan. The second P is prepare, meaning on how to prepare a presentation in when it comes to slide design or whatever presentation software you need, or all those visualization parts of colors and images and all that stuff. Inside that, there's a full-blown Prezi training, for example. I will also show you some other software, like you already know PowerPoint, but I have some other software stuff that makes it easier for you to really create presentations in a short time frame. And this is a really big part where you have a lot of information in it, and you can just pick out the stuff that you need. But on the other hand, you can go through it step by step to create your prepare for your perfect presentations. Then as the third P is practice. So it's like, I mean, the word says it all. It could be 4 P's, like practice. Practice would also be a thing, but in this kind, I'm talking about how to practice planning, how to practice preparing, how to practice the presentation part and all the stuff, the on-stage part, kind of. So it's a whole module just around practice. And the last and fourth and last P is present. Is like when you're on stage. So what can you do as a pre-stage routine, just to keep your nerves down, so that you don't get too nervous or too shaky or whatever. How to get out on stage, what to do with your hands and all that stuff. So everything that happens on stage is in that module about presenting, presentation, performance, you could say, is another word for another P for that fourth P. So then we have those 4 P and the 4 P strategy. If you have that through, you will really succeed. I'm sure with this. Then, as video and marketing is really, now it's not a coming theme, it's video is here. So video is a must in nowadays, but there's a little difference between doing a presentation live in front of an audience or doing a presentation on video, like I'm kind of doing it now, just talking to a camera with no audience around. There are some tricky things that come around, and if you've ever opened up your webcam and tried to just say anything, you kind of notice like oh, that's a little different because I can see myself and I never see myself in other situations. So that's why I created a new module just about your presentation on video if you're doing this for marketing purposes or whatever. Module 11 will be learning from the best. It's always good. I mean, I give you a proven system on how to create all that stuff, but when you see good people, or let's say the best presenters in the world in action, and you think about what I told you in my step by step, your things will get together. You will stick together, and it was like, oh my God, yeah, your light bulbs will go up, and you were like, oh, I always thought, why is he so charismatic, and why is what he tells or what she tells me, why does this really resonate with me? So this is learning from the best. I have a lot of stuff in there where I show you how the best people in the world, or how good presenters use all the stuff that I have in the course as well. And the 12th and last module is about the trends in presentation and communication land. It's about how presentation evolved from the first coming up of PowerPoint in the 1990s until 2017, and how it will develop in the future. So it's a bit about things like conversational presenting and such stuff, and I will dig into that in module 12 so that you can see what the future will be in presentation and in communication. What I can tell you now is, even though we have smartphones and all this stuff all around, and everybody's like, yeah, if you have social media and if you're good at that and if you're good at all that internet stuff, this will be okay. I will tell you, no, it's not, because the more information you get from any channels that you have around, the less attention you will have for each and every. So it's easy. It always gets more difficult to get your message across in a shorter time frame, so that people will listen to you. That people will say like, oh, okay, you convinced me. That sounds good, and I give you a yes. So as you might think that it's getting easier, but in the real world, it's getting harder and harder. The more devices that we have and the more channels that we have, where we can have information and all that stuff. So to sum it up, it's a 12 module system. It's what I call the Set the Stage on Fire course, and it has a total value of $10,664 of all the stuff and all the tools and all the PDFs and videos and checklists and all that stuff that you have in there. Comes with a value of $10,664. But this is not all. I'm giving you an ultimate presentation planning and template, where you can kind of plan and set up your presentation on a step-by-step template, and you also have a checklist with it, coming with it, where you see, okay, what do I have, what is missing, and what do I need to get that real. So what you'll get is you get the full course. It's a lifetime course value. So get the full course with a value of $10,664, and then you get as a bonus, you get the ultimate presentation planning template and checklist with a value of $997, summing up to a total value of $12,158. But on top of that, I also give you a foolproof elevator pitch template. If you don't know what an elevator pitch is, an elevator pitch is basically a very short presentation of 30 to 60 seconds. If somebody, for example, at an event just asks you, yeah, what are you doing? What are you doing for life? Then you can tell them in 20 to 60 seconds, what are you doing, so that it resonates with them and then gets them to say yes to, like, or gets a conversation going, because what you tell them is like, oh, I want to know more about this. So this is the name comes from driving an elevator, and you don't have a lot of time, so this is why it's called elevator pitch. And I also give you a template for this, where you just fill in the parts and you can put together your own elevator pitch in no time. So what you'll get is the full 12 module system for $10,664, the ultimate presentation planning template and checklist for $997, and the foolproof elevator pitch template for $497, and summing up to a total value of $12,158. As a bonus number 3, I give you 22 ways on how to start a presentation, because the start of the presentation is actually one of the key parts of the presentation, because the attention level is always the highest when you start a presentation. And if you talk about stuff that nobody's interested in, like what's the name of your company, how many employees do you have, and how many where you are in the world and all that stuff, this is things nobody's interested in that. So you have to start really good, and I give you a cheat sheet of 22 ways on how to start a presentation successfully with a value of $494. So what you'll get is the full 12 module system for $10,664, then the presentation planning template for $997, then the elevator pitch template for $497, and the 22 ways on how to start your presentation for $494. Adding up to a total value of $12,652. But as I told you, I already have an agency, so I have real life case studies of clients' presentations. So this is the real life stuff. This is not something that I found on the internet. This is real life stuff, real projects, real clients' cases where I can show you from the idea or the topic of the presentation until the final presentation and how it looked like, and then I can also show you and tell you what worked for the client and what they got out of it. So I have a lot of them, and I will pick the best of them. And this is really this is one of the most valuable things that I have to offer as a bonus, and it has a value of $2,997. So what you'd get is the course plus the presentation template plus the elevator pitch template plus the 22 ways on how to start your presentation and the case studies of my customer presentations, which is the real life stuff, adding up to a total value of $15,649. And as I said in the preparing phase, I have a full-blown Prezi workshop in there showing you how the software Prezi works. You don't need to use Prezi to make good presentations. You can stick to PowerPoint, Keynote, or whatever, or HaikuTech and all the other softwares that are out there. But as I'm doing a full-blown Prezi workshop within the course, I also give you proven templates of Prezi. It will be 30 templates, so you can choose them, can use them for whatever you want and whatever you need. But this is a proven Prezi presentation template pack with a value of $1,997. So what you'll get is the full course system and the presentation planning template and the elevator pitch template and the 22 ways on how to start your presentation plus the case studies plus the presentation template pack, and this is all summing up at a value of $17,646. And last but not least, I just want to tell you, you are not alone. As I said before, I really care for your success, and this doesn't mean that I just want to sell you a course and then leave you alone. To see that this really works, I have an exclusive Facebook, what I call On Fire community. So where only people are in that want to be on fire, that are in the course, and so you have a community of people that have the same problems, the same issues that you have. You can ask any questions that you need on your presentation topics, on how to do things, on how to, I don't know, anything. All your questions. So you're not alone. I will be there. The community will be there to help you out and will help you as much as possible. And as I said, I really want to see you succeed and I really care for your success, and the exclusive Facebook community is the part, the channel where we can communicate on a daily basis or how often you ever need any help, with a value of 1,997. And to sum it up, this is all what you get within this course for a total value of $19,643. This is a huge value that I'm giving you, and I'll tell you, if you go through that proven step-by-step system, you will be successful. And I really, as I said, I really care for your success if you take action. And this is the main part. You have to take action. I can tell you all the stuff, I can show you, I can help you, I can answer questions, but you have to take action. So what I thought about is, I have a total value of $20,000, right? So I can easily sell this for, I don't know, $10,000, and I know there will be people out there buying it. But what I thought about is, like, I'm doing this for a price, and the final course price will be $1,497. When I say final, I mean when the whole stuff is set up and when everything is ready. This will be the final course price for $1,497. But as I said, I'm just building this together with you, and if you are joining my pilot program now, I give you all that stuff, all the things that you just saw for $597. So you have massive value, and you're probably, if you're in the pilot group, you probably get more attention from me and from all the other guys on my team than you can ever dream of, because as the group grows, when the course is final, will be more people in there, so we won't get to such a good conversation within the group then. So if you join now, it's pretty sure that you will never ever get as much attention in a group as of now. There's one thing that I really need from you, and this is, I need your feedback. I mean, it's called pilot program because I'm setting it up. I know that it works, but I need your feedback on, are there any things that you need on top of what I already have in the course? And if you have something that you're like, yeah, you know, this is missing, or I would like this and this, and I would need this and this, I can add this to the group. So you have more attention than you would have on the final course. And on the other hand, you are part of the creation phase, and you can kind of bring in your own questions and all that stuff. So if you're getting in now, if you're taking action now, this is the best point in time to do that. So to sum it up, you saw that I can give you a proven system that really works, that works for me, that works for my clients, and that works for more than 1,000 presentations that I ever created, and more than 150 corporate clients that I served, and more than 500 people that I trained already, that they really get successful by taking this step-by-step system. So I just want to tell you, if you really want to change the way you communicate, you present, if you want to make a difference in your life, if you want to make a difference in other people's lives, if you want to take people to take action on what you say, on your ideas, if you want to get yes from your people, go to the link now and grab the offer as long as it's hot. It will only be available for a small group of action takers, because it's, as I said, it's a pilot program. It's not for the mass market right now. So it's a pilot program. So if you really want to take action, if you want to change your life, go there, click the link, and I see you on the flip side.